Black people are born criminals, and I'm gonna tell you why. The moment a black person steps outside of their house and walks down the block while also having the audacity to being black, they're already considered to be committing an act of self-incrimination. When you can walk down the block and a cop looks at you funny for wearing a hoodie and you get stopped and frisked more than any other race, it's pretty evident that the color of your skin is what dictates whether you're being stopped or being questioned under suspicion. Apparently, even being a person of color is probable cause to cops nowadays. Now, last week I made a video called Black on Black Crime Isn't a Thing. People got the wrong idea. People read the title, people didn't read the description, people didn't even watch the video because they thought I meant that black people don't commit crimes. In the video, I explicitly say that black people actually do commit a fuck ton of crimes, but y'all wasn't listening to that shit. In a nutshell, all I said was that intraracial crime is actually the norm. A black person doesn't kill another black person out of racism, and a white person doesn't kill another white person out of racism. Statistically speaking, people are more likely to commit a crime against someone that lives near to them. And since America is pretty damn segregated still, people are more likely to live near other people of their same race. So ultimately, a white person is more likely to commit a crime against a white person than any other race. A black person is more likely to commit a crime against another black person. That's just what happens. It shouldn't even be called black on black, white on white, anything. It's just regular crime. Now, a lot of you people are saying, oh, well, blacks commit the most crimes. Just look at table 43. And what they were actually referring to was that blacks were charged with the most homicides. There's a big fucking difference. How about you read what the fuck your actual source is? Being charged for a crime and committing a crime is not the same thing. And secondly, your source of evidence is by the same government, by the same criminal justice system that had a judge just recently say that a cop that killed an unarmed woman was innocent of manslaughter. And you know what was their reason? The judge admitted that his killing was unjustified, but that he could not charge him with manslaughter because manslaughter was characterized by being reckless, an act of recklessness. And what the officer did was beyond reckless, so he can't charge him with manslaughter and he goes innocent, scot-free. So basically what the judge said was, well, we're trying him for manslaughter and it wasn't manslaughter, it was murder. So yeah, he's innocent of manslaughter. Case closed. Fuck you. That's only one of many injustices that have happened from the criminal justice system based on every race. The criminal justice system is fucked up. We arrest so many damn people compared to every other country. So yes, this officer committed a crime, but he was not charged with a crime. So your source of evidence, yeah, you can keep on saying, look at table 43, but your source is based on a criminal justice system that is already proven corrupt. Hell, black people, Asian people, and even white people with some common sense can agree that the criminal justice system is fucking corrupt. You want to use stats? Okay, let's look at some stats. You say that black people make about roughly 13% of the population, yet they are charged with approximately 52.2% of homicides or murders. In New York City, Latinos and blacks only make about half of the population, yet they are stopped and frisked 80% of the time. They make 13% of the population, yet they account for 37% of drug arrests. In California, you're 3 times more likely to be stopped if you're black. Blacks are committed to 10% more longer stays for committing the same exact crimes as white people. And they're 21% more likely to have mandatory minimum sentences. We arrest and jail more people more than any other country, blacks being the largest percent. So are blacks just natural born savages? Or is there corruption and bias in the criminal justice system? Take a look at this.
More African American adults are under correctional control today than were enslaved in 1850, a decade before the Civil War began.
Black men are now imprisoned at 6 times the rate of white men. So did black men just become 6 times more dangerous, or?
I think it's more likely that our criminal justice system is fucking corrupt and racist. Because only about 5% of criminal cases actually go to trial. 5%. The rest are based on plea bargains. And criminals are intimidated into pleading guilty even if they're not guilty. Because if you plead guilty, you have a longer sentence if you actually obey the Constitution and go to trial as shit is supposed to be. So our criminal justice system is based on intimidation and not actual justice. What if I told you you can go to jail for 5 years for a crime that you didn't commit if you just admitted to committing a crime that you didn't commit? But if you're framed and you actually defend yourself, you could be facing 25 years to life. Now, the same people in my last video bumping table 43 are going to be the same ones saying, well, statistics aren't everything. Your statistics are biased. Yet you were just saying that numbers don't lie on the last video, right? You guys are quick to say that numbers don't lie when you say that blacks commit the most crimes. Again, committing crimes and being tried for them is not the same thing. Being arrested and being guilty is not the same thing. We live in a fucking police state. Let's play a quick little fun story here. Let's say you wanted to host a scientific experiment. Your question for the experiment is, are felines more likely to kill other animals, or are birds more likely to kill other animals in the jungle? You and your group's hypothesis is already, well, we think that felines are bigger, more vicious, and they could probably kill us. Hell, we're scared of them. We're not scared of some birds. So, felines are probably gonna kill more people. Or more animals, I should say. So already, your whole group believes this to be true. You all have the same hypothesis. You're all biased towards what animal is gonna commit more murder. You go into the jungle and you see a harper eagle right next to a squirrel. 20 seconds passes by and you say, he's probably not gonna kill him. Fuck it, let's move on. Oh look, a jaguar, let's follow him. This is getting boring, he's not doing anything. Let's keep following him. You follow the jaguar for about 3 hours. Already there goes a variable that's also corrupting the evidence. Time. So you follow the jaguar and he finally kills something. And you say, well, you see guys? I told you, jaguars are more violent. Jaguars are natural savages, and they're nowhere near as bad as birds. Birds only kill when they need to, and that's barely. Again, take it with a grain of salt, just a little fun way to look at how the policing system is nowadays. So of course, when you're already racially biased, and you're going after people of color, the statistics will also be corrupted. Black people are gonna show up on the charts even more. So while Billy is carrying a kilo in his backpack for his frat bros, this nigga Tyrone is getting stopped and frisked for jumping the turnstile at the train station.